I love Tchaikovsky's music ever since I can remember myself growing up and coming in contact with it for the first time. Like all first loves, this one never died. Beloved friend is the way Tchaikovsky and Nadezhda von Meck would sometimes address each other in letters. And I thought how appropriate it is for us to name the project this way, because in the end, what is the music that we love so deeply than not our beloved friend? Every culture, musical culture in particular, has its genetics. And it was, after all, Tchaikovsky who said that from the bud of Glinka's music, the entire Russian music grew. And Tchaikovsky certainly is a child of that. I have always found Tchaikovsky's music extremely complex, extremely psychological, and deeply personal. It is absolutely fascinating, this history of this concerto. It has three versions. We have always known the third one. But the third version did not come into being until Tchaikovsky died. He had composed the concerto in 1875, and he showed it to Nikolai Rubinstein, who was his great supporter, who was his friend, and Rubinstein basically tore it to pieces. He felt it was not pianistic, it did not sound particularly well, so he suggested that Tchaikovsky reworks it. And Tchaikovsky wrote a letter to Nadezhda von Meck, where he describes that encounter, and he said he's not going to change a single note, and he didn't. This is what Tchaikovsky himself had in mind when he composed it. We will be performing his Manfred Symphony. It's a programmatic work. The idea of programmatic music at that time was very, very important to artists. Berlioz, when he came to Russia, he shocked them with his music because of its originality. What is fascinating about Manfred is that the harmonic language being so chromatic that in a way immediately you think, aha, he couldn't, probably didn't want to, escape the influence of Berlioz. Tchaikovsky's theme of destiny, one hears already in the Fourth Symphony, which opens with it. One hears in the Fifth Symphony, which we will perform. And the Sixth Symphony, of course, is something that his own brother, Modest, called that he wrote a requiem to himself. What is important to me is the meaning of the Sixth Symphony, and particularly the end of its last movement, which is traditionally believed to be an acceptance of death and resignation in front of it. And I don't believe that to be the case. I think the indications in the score prove otherwise. It is not acceptance, it is protest against. In the music of Tchaikovsky, what is on the surface is beautiful melodies. But what is the depth of it is tremendous sophistication of writing. Harmonic, rhythmic, not only melodic. We keep discovering in them so much more about us and ourselves.